Hi there, everybody. Welcome to our Google Plus Hangout today with Living Learning Programs. My name is Michael Hagg, I work with Housing, and I'd like to introduce two of my colleagues here.
Hi, my name is Trisha Clement Montgomery. I'm one of the assistant directors with the Office of Residence Life, and I get to work very closely with the Living Learning Programs.
Hi, my name is Jillian Faith. I'm the academic program coordinator with the Office of Residence Life.
And guys, just so that our viewers get to know us a little bit better, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
I'd have to say my favorite ice cream flavor would be strawberry.
Strawberry, okay,
That's
interesting.
strawberry ice
interesting.
cream.
Alrighty, Jillian?
Black raspberry chocolate chip.
Wow, it's a very specific,
Very good.
very unique one. I would say my favorite one is mint chocolate chip.
Good choice.
So thank you guys for joining us today. We're going to talk all about LLPs and then answer several of your questions for you. So we're going to hop into our presentation here. Pull up our slides. Alrighty, so again, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to be talking about living learning programs today. We're going to walk through basic steps and get everything you guys need to know answered. Just want to let you guys know before we get started, though, over on the right-hand side of your screen, you should see a little questions area. If you don't see it, you can click up in the top right-hand corner. You'll see this little icon right here. Click the Q&A, and then you'll see a button down in the bottom right-hand corner. It says click here to ask a question. So if you guys have any questions throughout our presentation, just go ahead and click that button, write the question down, and at the end of our presentation, we'll go back through all those questions and we'll get those answered for you guys. So here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to go through what exactly is a living learning program. You may have heard about this at our preview nights. You may have seen some other marketing materials about this, but we're going to really dive into that and talk about exactly what those are, what different programs are available. So there's some that are based off of what college you're going to, what your interests are, what your major is, all different kinds. So we're going to talk about the individual living and learning programs. And then what the heck do you do in an LLP anyways? You know, what does it actually entail? What do I have to do? You know, what's the benefit of it? So we're going to talk about those things. And then after, you know, we've talked you into it, you really want to join an LLP, exactly how do I join a living learning program? And we'll walk through all those steps for you. And then, like I mentioned at the end, question and answer time. We'll have plenty of time to go back through, answer any questions that you guys have given us throughout the presentation. And right now I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to start with what exactly is an LLP.
All right, so this is Trisha Clement talking to you a little bit about what exactly is a living learning program. If you don't know, that's okay, because this presentation is meant to give you as many details as possible. A living learning program at the University of Kentucky is an opportunity for students to learn both in and outside of the classroom. It gives you an opportunity to work with other students who have like-minded interests. A living learning program could be actually academic or thematic in nature. So we have some living learning programs that are focused around a particular academic discipline or a major. And then we have some that are really more passionate about maybe community service or ROTC. So in addition to that, we also have faculty and staff from those particular living learning programs that really take the opportunity to come inside of the residence halls and work with these students outside of the classroom. So you may have programs, connected courses, things of that nature that take place inside of your residence hall. It is a residential program, meaning that all students in a living learning program live in the same facility together, on the same floor together. And what's really amazing about that is the majority of you are taking the same classes. And so this is really just an opportunity for you to network with other students, faculty, and staff that are here to support you while you're here at the University of Kentucky. If you are in a living learning program, all students live together. And so your roommate is going to be another living learning program student who's in the same LLP as you. And we'll talk a little bit more about the logistics of an LLP student and whom you room with. Our living learning programs can range anywhere from 25 students to 450 students. And so I really like to say that UK does a phenomenal job in offering living learning programs for any student, any interest, in any small or large group that you're looking to connect with.
And Trish, you talked about there the faculty and staff interactions. Who exactly are these faculty and staff? Are they professors? Are they teachers? You know, who are these people that come in and speak with them in the LLPs?
Yeah, the faculty and staff that join you inside of a living learning programs Those are faculty with a particular class. So for instance, I'll use engineering as example, but those are a lot of the faculty that teach courses in the engineering college. In addition to that, you also will have academic advisors. And so if you need assistance in that particular major, you'll have advisors that come from that particular college that also do office hours in those residence halls. And so you can look for those partners to usually be somebody connected to a particular college or department that sponsors that Live and Learning program. And we'll talk more about the different types and what they have to offer.
Awesome.
Hi, this is Jillian, and I want to talk to you about what you'll do as a participant in the Living Learning programs. Like we mentioned before, you will live and learn with people who are in the LLP with you. And so you will attend events or programs inside the residence hall, but also across campus and in the community. Faculty and staff will be there to help with advising, to provide tutoring resources. They provide programs themselves, so you'll get to know them on a one-on-one basis pretty regularly. You'll attend trips, like I said, in the community and also across the state of Kentucky that have to do with your Living Learning program. You may do service projects with other people in your program, and of course, you'll attend classes together, and that is the learning component of the Living Learning program.
Awesome. And I think we've got a couple pictures here. Talk a little about, what people do in LLP. Jillian, do you know exactly what these events are on these pictures we see?
The picture on the left, the far left, that has the girl in the yellow shirt, that is from the Honors LLP's Harry Potter month, and they are dueling wizards. The second photo is from Fine Arts, and they're just out in the snow. And then the one on the far right, that is with Greenhouse, and they are at the Lexington Farmers Market.
Yeah, I'm assuming this snow day picture probably came to us last week. I don't know if you guys knew, but we had only one day of classes last week at UK. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday were all snow days closed for the weather. So it looks like they had a lot of fun out, enjoy one of those snow days. So we talked a little bit about, what's going on in these LLPs. And now I know you're probably wondering, okay, which LLP is right for me? So right now we're going to walk through which LLPs are available and a little bit about each of those.
So as I touched in the beginning, we said that there are at least 19 Live and Learning programs that you can choose from at the University of Kentucky. And so we're going to try to give you as much detail as possible, but we also want to encourage you to check out the UK undergraduate website for more details on each Live and Learning program that we'll be discussing today. One of the first LLPs that we'll be addressing is our Wired Live and Learning program. Wired is actually sponsored by the College of Arts and Sciences. This particular LLP resides in Champion Court 2, and this Live and Learning program is open to any student who is interested in technology or driven in the liberal arts learning environment. In addition to that, there are connected courses for Live and Learning programs for this particular LLP as well. One of the things that we like to talk a little bit about when talking about Wired is that this LLP also requires that you do different activities that are really helpful for the students. And so they have coffee chats. In addition to that, they have peer mentors that are there to support you throughout the process. But also this program, as mentioned, even in the title, focuses a lot on technology. And so as a result, a lot of the students who participate in this particular program get an iPad to actually work through technology-related activities and projects within the classroom. So this is a really great community for any student, again, interested in technology or interested in anything driven with liberal arts learning environment. So I strongly encourage that community as well. Our next community is going to be the Ag Residential College. This particular LLP will be residing in Woodland Glen 2. It is for first-year students only, so it's important to mention that as well. It's not necessarily an LLP that takes upperclassmen. Now, this particular LLP focuses a lot on the College of Agriculture and the environment of ag as well. They only look for students who are an ag major. So it's extremely important that if you apply to this, you have to be accepted to the College of Ag. But this particular LLP does a lot of fun stuff in that they do field trips to different farms. They have actually had a taste of our world. They've used local food products for their particular activities. But it's a really fun living learning program. And again, if you're interested in this particular program, I suggest you look at the different majors under the College of Ag, because it focuses on first-year students who are accepted to the College of Ag or majoring in those particular events. The other LLP that we want to focus on is another new initiative called Business Enterprise. This particular LLP, as you can probably guess, is sponsored by the College of Business. This LLP focuses only on majors specific to the College of Business. And again, this LLP is also specific to first-year students. This LLP will also be residing in Champions Court 1. There is a connected course for this particular LLP, but this particular LLP also does some really fun things, and that they invite different individuals who may own businesses and talk to students about some of their business goals. And so this is a really good program to be in if you are seeking to learn more about the entrepreneurial spirit in the College of Gatton. The other community I want to talk a little bit about is CI Connect. CI Connect is sponsored by the College of Communication. It actually resides in Champions Court. And in addition to that, this particular community highlights more internships and career options in communication. There is a connected course with this particular living learning program. And I know I've said that several times, but what I want to make sure you understand is that with this particular living learning program and any program that has a connected course, you are required, if you're going to be in that LLP, to take the courses that are connected to it. As I mentioned, again, this particular community is focused on internships and careers in communication, and they do different stuff with the CI faculty, and as well as field trips and things of that nature. A very highly sought after community here at the University of Kentucky is our engineering LLP. The engineering LLP will actually be residing in Woodland Glen 3. This particular community is sponsored by the College of Engineering and focuses on engineering majors as well. This particular community also has first-year students as well as upperclassmen. This community does a lot of interesting things in that they have what we call Dr. Pepper Hour, where they actually sit down and have root beer floats, things of that nature, with some of the engineering staff. They also host a Women in Engineering banquet, and they actually have what we call the Great Boat Float. And so the students get an opportunity to create a boat out of different materials and then see if it actually rises to the occasion and going across the pool. So it's fun activities such as that you can expect to be engaged in with the Engineering Residential College.
Hi, this is Jillian again, and I'm going to talk about the next 5 communities. Some of these are thematic and some of these are tied to academic colleges. The first one I'm going to talk about is Fine Arts Residential College. Of course, that's tied to the College of Fine Arts. So this community is tied to students who are interested in any of the arts. So that could be poetry, it could be music, it could be theater, etc. This program provides interaction with fine arts faculty and staff, interaction with visiting guest artists, opportunities to attend local events, tutoring on music theory, as well as the hall, which is Roselle Hall, has open spaces for students to practice their performance. Next I'm going to talk about is the first generation community, and this is thematic. This is for first generation college students, and that means that neither one of their parents graduated from college. This community is located in Baldwin Hall, and it has a connected course. A lot of the things that students in this program enjoy doing is hanging out in the office. They call it the 217 in Funkhauser. They also do community service projects together and big style family dinners. Next is Global Village, and it's for first year students interested in broadening of global issues and cultures. So that can be students who are international or students who have never left the state of Kentucky. This community is located in Smith Hall. One of the things that they do is Taste of Our World. They're heavy in education abroad services and things of that nature.
And Julian, just one thing, you talked about the Taste of Our World in this one, and then a couple slides back we talked about it. Can you tell us what Taste of Our World is?
It's an event in the Student Center that's happening actually tomorrow morning, and that's where there's tables and booths set up for countries all over the world where you can sample their food, hear a little bit about their culture, and it's communities that are represented at UK.
Awesome.
The next one I want to talk about is Greenhouse. And that's the Greenhouse Environment and Sustainability Residential College. So it has a long name, but we call it Greenhouse. So this is for students who are interested in sustainability. And this community is located in Woodland Glen 2, which is one of the residence halls that opened this year. And like I said, this community provides opportunities for students to live and learn about all the different ways that we can sustain our environment and live green. There's a connected course. They do group activities, field trips like the picture earlier from the Lexington Farmers Market. That's just one of the examples of the things that they do. And it's tied to the College of Arts and Sciences. I'm also going to talk about healthcare, which has a lengthy name as well. It's the Interprofessional Healthcare Residential College. And I want to emphasize interprofessional because that means students who are pre-med, pre-dentist, nursing, etc. So it's really for any student who wants to work in the healthcare facility, and it's to help them identify ways that they are similar but also very different. They take connected UK courses such as UK 101. They have upper class peer mentors, and they also engage with healthcare faculty and staff.
All right. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about the Honors Residential College. For the Honors Residential College, that is open to any student who has been formally admitted into the UK Honors Program. That particular community also allows both first-year students as well as students who are returning to the Honors Program to reside in their residence halls. The Honors Residential College is located in several facilities, Central 1, Central 2, and Hagen Hall this upcoming year. The thing about the Honors Residential College is they do a lot of fun things. There are courses that honors students, all UK honors students have to take, but what's really good about that is that a lot of those courses are taught in those particular residence halls. And so you can literally roll out of bed and go right downstairs to class. We don't recommend that, but you can actually do that if you wanted to. Another really good thing is that a lot of the honors staff actually have offices in that facility. And so if you need to talk to an advisor, if you need to talk to a particular faculty member, you can actually go downstairs and get the help that you need. So that's another good thing. In addition to that, you saw a little bit of the picture, Harry Potter month, but there's also a lot of great other fun activities that take place in that particular LLP. They have faculty dinners, writing sessions, things of that nature that is really helpful to a UK honors student. So again, you can only be in that particular community if you have been formally accepted and invited to the UK honors program. The next community that I want to talk to you a little bit about is INAT. This particular LLP is going to reside in Champions Court 1. This community also accepts any student from any major, but they're looking for students who want to become future inventors or entrepreneurial leaders. In this LLP, if you're interested in creating new ideas, new innovations, and want to learn how to become an entrepreneur, then this LLP is definitely for you. They take some time to actually create programs that help students develop their entrepreneurial skills and allowing them to participate in networking with local entrepreneurs here at in Lexington, Kentucky. Again, this is for students of any major.
Also, just want to chime in here for a second. Those of you who may have joined us a little bit late, if you guys have any questions at all while we're walking through this presentation, up in the top right-hand corner of your screen, there should be a little icon there that says Q&A. Then also past that, it should be a little button, green button that says Ask a Question. If you guys have any questions, need us to go back and clarify or anything like that, please submit those questions to us. And then once we get done with the presentation, we will go back through and we'll answer any of those questions that you guys have submitted to us.
For our next community, if you are interested at all in pursuing careers within the fields of kinesiology and health promotion, then the KHP Live and Learning program would be the best one for you. In this particular community, they provide social and professional activities for KHP peers and faculty. There are connected courses, and there's a lot of different programs, again, focused more on helping you become more of a professional in that particular field. They do a lot of fun things in that particular LLP, from cooking demonstrations and making sure that you know how to do healthy cooking, have a nutritionist come in and talk to you a little bit about that, all the way to physical exercise and things of that nature. And so that's another great LLP, again, if you are pursuing a career in both kinesiology and health promotion. That LLP also resides in Ingalls Hall. Another LLP that may be of interest to some of you is Lexington Engaged. This particular LLP is actually also going to reside in Champions Court 1. For Lexington Engaged, those students who are interested in community service, leadership and development, or any type of social justice, then this particular LLP would be really good for you. This is actually going to be the first year for that program. And so how exciting to be a part of something that actually is going to leave a long-lasting legacy here at the University of Kentucky. The community aims to enhance the residential, academic, and social experience of students through exposing them to the Lexington community and its unique assets and needs, and then also helps the students explore the leader within them and helping them become change agents for the local community and also globally. If you're interested in this particular Live and Learning program, there are some co-curricular expectations as well as some connected coursework for this LLP. Again, we strongly encourage you, if you're interested to learn more about this, to look at our website. Now, one LLP, in which I love all of them, but I definitely hold this one dear and dear to my heart, is our ROTC Live and Learning program. That particular LLP is for students who are in the Air Force ROTC program or the Army ROTC program. This LLP will reside in Woodland Glen. And in addition to that, it really focuses on helping you be a mentor and a leader in addition to physical training and social opportunities. This community does what we call MRE meals. That's a really exciting program that they have. They do the Dean's Run, which I don't run, but I do support them with water and water bottles when needed. But they do a lot of really fun programs over there. And the reason why I really love this program is because as an ROTC cadet, there are different expectations in regards to getting up for PEs, things of that nature. And it's really nice to have another fellow student who kind of knows what you need to be doing and knows that experience and can get up early with you when you have to go for PE. And so just something that you should really consider if you are an ROTC cadet. Again, it's important to emphasize that you have to be in the ROTC UK program in order to be in that Live and Learning program.
I'm going to talk about the wellness community, and this is for first-year students interested in maintaining healthy and well-rounded lifestyles. This community provides programs targeted to several areas of wellness: physical, intellectual, spiritual, emotional, social, and even vocational well-being. One of the cool things about this program is that it provides training through RecFit, which is a 30-hour hands-on instructional program to allow a student to become a personal trainer. And this program or community is located in Ingalls Hall. The next community I'm going to talk about is the transfer community. And of course, this is for students who are transferring to the University of Kentucky from another 2-year or 4-year institution. And this community is to help those students transition, because it can be kind of scary coming from one school to another, especially a school is the size of UK. This community is located in Baldwin Hall. They take core classes together, and it's really just to help them find each other and not feel so lost. The last community I'm going to talk about is STEM Cats, and that's a new community that's coming up this year for the 2015-2016 school year. And that's for students who are interested in STEM majors. Any student who has applied for a STEM major is welcome, so it's not particular to any specific field. Students will be exposed to hands-on research. They'll have workshop courses and lots of interaction with faculty and staff that will help them go into those fields in graduate school or professional school. And this community is located in Woodland Glen 4 and is tied to the College of Arts and Sciences.
Alrighty, so we've kind of walked through all of the different LLP programs that are available. So now, why should someone out there consider joining an LLP?
I think that's a really good question. One of the things that I always hear is a lot of students sometimes feel like UK is such a large institution, or just going to college in general can be really scary, and transitioning from high school to college. And so with that being said, LLPs provide you with an opportunity to get that network of friends, as well as academic support to make sure that you're successful while you're here at the University of Kentucky. It has actually been noted through different various assessments that most students who actually are in an LLP tend to be more academically successful than their corresponding cohort, in addition to having higher GPAs and retention rates here at the university. They reported that as a result of being in a live and learning program, they feel very extremely successful in their transition and adjusting to the academic demands of college. And they also reported developing more close relationship with their peers. And so there's just so many different benefits out there that I think you should really consider as you consider joining an LLP.
All right, so have we convinced you? Yes, I hear some yeses out there. So if you are interested in signing up for an LLP, this is done through our housing, dining, and living learning program application. And you can actually reference a Hangout that we had about 2 or 3 weeks ago. The link is actually in the links listed on this Hangout, where we went over exactly step-by-step the housing, dining, and living learning program applications. It's a 12-step process. You can actually log on to our website, which is uky.edu/housing. And on that site, we've got a section called Applying for Housing. At the top of that, you'll find a video that actually walks you through step-by-step each of those different processes, what you need before you get started. And then the LLP component of the application is actually the last step on the application. So it asks you a couple of questions about, which program do you want to be in. You can choose one, you can choose multiple ones. And then based on your preferences, it'll actually ask you a couple of different questions based off of which communities you might want to live in. So if you have any questions about the application process, again, just log on to our website, which is listed right there.
I also want to, Michael, make sure we let you know, you may have heard a lot of different options that you think you fit. When you apply to these live and learning programs, you can actually apply for your top 3 preferences. And so if you've heard something that you're like, oh, that's a good one, but that's a good one too, you can actually list 3 programs that you're interested in joining. And each one of them will have the opportunity to consider your application. So don't feel like you can only apply to one. You can apply to several different ones. And you will be expected for some of them to actually complete an essay question connected to that particular live and learning program. And those communities definitely take a lot of focus in how you respond to those questions. So make sure that you're showing that you really want to be an active and engaged member with the community, because they use those responses to make their decisions on their live and learning program student selections.
Awesome. Well, that's going to wrap up our presentation section of the Hangout. Just the last step here is contact information. So if you guys, in this, you still have questions, you can get a hold of us via these 2 different areas. The first one is Living Learning Program. They have their own separate office. So we got the phone number and email listed there. And we also reference the application. So if you guys have any questions about the application itself, I completed my application, but something's not working properly, or I need to get back to my application and it won't let me. The Housing Assignments Office is the office that actually handles all of the applications. So work, hand in hand. But as far as the actual application process, if there's something wrong with that or you need some help with that, the Housing Assignments Office is the office that you want to contact. And of course, if you guys want to reach out to us via social media, we've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also YouTube account. So you can reach out to us on there with any questions you may have after we wrap up this today. So that concludes that portion of it. So we are going to move back into our Q&A section. So I've got some questions here lined up from our participants. So we'll just kind of work our way through those. First question is from Jessica, and she asks, can international students choose an LLP?
Absolutely. An international student can absolutely be a part of any of the LLPs that we have discussed today, and we strongly encourage it. Our communities are interested in creating a very diverse cohort, and so yes, international students can join an LLP if they're interested.
Awesome. All right, our next question is, do any of the LLPs add fees or tuitions, add fees to the tuition? So there's actually a two-part question, so we'll answer that one. Are there any fees associated with being in the Living Learning Program?
There are no fees associated with being in the Live and Learning Program. And that's why this program is so phenomenal, is that you get all these extra layers of support. And the only cost is the cost that you would normally pay to live in a residence hall. And so you would pay that anyway, because we're hoping that you live on campus anyway. And so you get all this support, all these additional resources for free. So no extra fees.
All right, that was the first part of TJ's question. The second part is, are there any scholarships associated with any of the LLPs? I think those kind of go hand in hand. So no fees associated with those. So no scholarships needed for those. All right, our next question is from Alex. It asks, are the courses all in one day? So I think maybe what Alex is asking about is the courses that may be associated with some of the programs that we have, whether that's honors, whether that's engineering, some of those classes they may take together. Do all those classes happen in one day?
No, they do not. So most LLPs actually offer different sections at different times. And so really for our larger communities especially, they will send you the connected courses with all the different options, and then you get to pick the one that best fits your schedule. For our other LLPs that may be a little bit smaller, there's usually only one connected course. And yes, the majority of the students would take that particular class. And even if there is two courses, again, because it's smaller, there's only one section offered. So it only happens in one day, but yes.
All right. Another question is, like, somebody joined us a little bit late. They're asking, can we go over the business enterprise section again? Just tell us a little bit about what the business enterprise community is, what's it about, what kind of programs do they offer for the business enterprise?
Right. So for business enterprise, it's a really interesting program in that they're really looking for students that actually are in any of the majors located in the College of Business. And they really focus on students who are interested in starting their own business or just entering that particular profession. They do a lot of creative things in the nature of actually inviting different individuals who own their own businesses. And it's really cool because you get to have that one-on-one relationship with them, ask them whatever questions you want. How did you start this? What are some of the things that I need to be thinking about as I think about creating my own business? And you get that one-on-one advice from somebody who's gone through that journey. And so it's a really great program, but again, you have to be accepted to that particular college and moving forward to that particular profession. It's located in Champions Court 1, and again, all the students live on the same residence halls and attend that program together, as well as some of the connected courses. So a really great experience.
So you said they have to be part of the business college, which is the Gatton College of Business and Economics. What are the majors that are, just some of the majors that might be associated with that?
We have like accounting, maybe one of them, business management, maybe another. I'd strongly encourage you again to check out their website. If you are confused about what particular majors fall under a certain college, make sure you're checking out that particular college's website, and they can definitely list those out for you.
All right, our next question is, the question asked, is there a certain program that student athletes tend to join?
That's a really good one. We have actually had a number of maybe softball, volleyball students in our wellness LLP. KHP has been another one that actually has some of our athletes. I'll be honest though, sometimes some of our athletes tend to have very rigorous schedules and can't really be involved as much in the connected course and programming of it, but it's definitely not discouraged for any athlete that wants to join. But it's really again, you pick the LLP that best fits you, but usually we tend to have a lot of athletes in those two particular LLPs.
Alrighty, and looks like somebody just wanted to recap one of the other programs we talked about, the Arts and Science Wired program. Could you guys just talk about what we talked about earlier with the Wired program?
So the Wired LLP, that's a really good live and learning program that really supports students who are interested in some aspect of technology or driven in the area of liberal arts, the liberal arts learning environment. And so it is sponsored by the College of Arts and Sciences. However, you don't have to be an arts and science major in order to be in that particular LLP. You can just be really interested, again, in technology or anything that's liberal arts related. That particular live and learning program is going to reside in Champions Court 2. Another great thing, because it focuses a lot on technology, students in that particular community also get a free iPad, but that does come with some work. And so they're hoping that in the classrooms, you're using that iPad to work on different technology related projects and things of that nature, and being really interactive in how they engage the students and the faculty of that particular program. They do a lot of different interesting things, and where they invite guest speakers and authors of books, things like that, for what we call coffee chats. They've had some really amazing speakers for their coffee chats. Kyla Perry has actually been there for some of them, and some very world-renowned authors have also been there for some of those coffee chats. They have some really great peer mentors who keep the students engaged and are there to support the students through their academic journey. And so it's just a good program overall. And what I really like about that is a lot of times we get the question of, you know, if I'm not in a certain major, are there any programs for me? And this is one of them. Wired is one of those programs where you don't have to necessarily fit a certain major, but if you're just looking for that layer of support, something engaging, something that will help you academically, then Wired may be a program you want to consider.
Awesome. All right, looks like our next question is asking about, is the LLP that you join related to a specific hall? That's a very good question. We get that question oftentimes. You know, if I join this LLP, is it going to be in this area? If I join that LLP, can I still live with my friend that lives, you know, over on the other side of campus? These are questions that we get asked a lot, so let's clarify that for them.
Living Learning Program stands for Living and Learning. So they are tied to a residence hall, and you need to be a student that lives in that residence hall. And also your roommate also needs to be part of that Live and Learning community as well.
Yeah, I think that's a very important point, is that if you're coming into this situation or coming to college with a best friend from high school, and you want to room with them, it is important to know that unless your best friend gets accepted to the same LLP as you unfortunately would not be roommates. And so you kind of have to make that difficult decision of, do you want to room with your best friend, or do you want to take advantage of the academic resources and connections that you would make within a Live and Learning program? It's not bad, whichever one you decide. But unfortunately, if your roommate is not also in that same exact LLP, you wouldn't be able to room with them.
And something also to clarify on that one is each Living Learning program is only in one particular hall. So, you know, we don't have the Wired in several different buildings. The only exception to that is the Honors program, which is in 2 buildings. But all of our other Living Learning programs are only in their one particular building. So when you're looking at that on our website, just make sure, you know, the building you look at, you know, what room type that has, the different amenities, stuff like that. Take that into account. If that's something that's important to you, just make sure you're looking at those things when you're looking at which program that you wanting to apply to. All right, well, that wraps up most of our questions. Again, if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us via our website, which is uky.edu/housing. And on that website, we've got a contact page. So you can find out all of our information about the assignments office with the application, you know, our Partners with Living Learning program, how to get a hold of them, and all those fun things. So if you guys have any other questions, just feel free to reach out to us. And we'll catch you guys here in the fall.
Bye.
Have a good one.